You know that moment when the world tilts on its axis, and everything you thought was solid crumbles like wet sand through your fingers? For me, it was the knock at my door at midnight. Sharp and unyielding, like fate itself demanding entry. I peered through the peephole of my modest Brooklyn apartment, heart pounding, and saw two NYPD detectives standing there, badges glinting under the hallway light. Emily Hayes, the older one, said, her voice flat but edged with authority. I opened the door a crack. Chain still latched. That's me. What's this about? They exchanged glances, and the younger one shifted his weight. We need to talk to you about fraud allegations at Apex Financial Services. Your mother, Victoria Hayes, filed a report. Claims you siphoned off client funds over $60,000. The words hit like a sucker punch, stealing my breath. My mother? The woman who'd raised me on a diet of polished perfection and conditional love? I felt the room spin. The takeout pizza I'd been eating turning to lead in my stomach. But deep down, in that quiet place where old wounds fester, I wasn't surprised. This was her style, elegant, ruthless, always one step ahead. I just graduated from NYU with my accounting degree after years of grinding through online courses while clerking full-time at Apex. It was supposed to be my ticket out, my fresh start away from her web. But here I was, watching my life unravel because of her. The ceremony had been flawless. The kind of crisp autumn day in Manhattan that fools you into thinking life could be fair. I'd scan the sea of caps and gowns for her face, hoping against hope she'd show. Victoria Hayes arrived fashionably late at 2:45 p.m., gliding into her seat in a tailored Armani suit, diamonds winking at her ears like secrets. From the stage, as I clutched my diploma, her applause was measured, precise enough to look proud, but not a second more. Afterward, she found me amid the chaos of hugs and photos. Well done, darling, she murmured, brushing a cool kiss against my cheek. Her signature scent of Chanel No. 5 clinging like a noose. Though I must say, I expected more fanfare from someone who's finally made it. Her eyes, sharp as cut glass, held that familiar mix of approval and disdain. Considering everything, I swallowed the lump in my throat. Years of practice keeping my voice even. Considering what? Mom? She adjusted her scarf with manicured fingers. Oh, just the little rebellions. Refusing to help Alex with his issues. Some might call that disloyal. Alex, my younger brother. Her golden boy, the one she'd shielded from every consequence while molding me into her perfect shadow. Family sticks together, she added, her smile never reaching those eyes. You'll see the cost of going it alone. The words lingered like smoke as she turned away, her heels clicking a retreat that felt more like a warning. By evening, back in my one-bedroom walk-up in Bushwick, the high of graduation had faded. The place was nothing fancy peeling paint. Noisy neighbors, but it was mine. Paid for with my own sweat. No strings attached. I was scrolling job listings when the detectives arrived, turning my sanctuary into a crime scene. We have a search warrant, the woman, Detective Ruiz, said, unfolding the paper with a snap. Allegations include wire fraud and identity theft. Your mother's provided emails. Transaction logs looks damning. I scanned the warrant. My hands numb. This can't be right. I'm just a junior accountant. I handle spreadsheets, not transfers. But they were already inside, methodically rifling through drawers, bagging my laptop. Ruiz's partner, Officer Hale, looked almost apologetic as he read my rights. The complainant says you confided in her about creative accounting to pay off debts. Debts? I had none, thanks to my ironclad frugality. But Victoria? She'd always twisted truths like origami, folding them into shapes that served her. As they left with my devices, the silence in the apartment pressed in, heavy with betrayal. I sank to the floor, staring at the mess, and let the tears come not from fear, but from the raw ache of knowing she'd finally crossed that line. Memories flooded back unbidden, pulling me under like a riptide. I was 10 again, in our upscale Westchester home, watching Victoria rehearse her pitch for a client over breakfast. Emily. How do I sound? Convincing. She'd twirl in her power suit, every detail impeccable, like a winner. Mom, I'd reply, because that was my role, to affirm, to admire, to never question. After Dad's stroke when I was 7, she'd reinvented herself from shattered widow to real estate mogul. Hayes Properties began with a single flip in the Hamptons and ballooned into luxury listings across the tri-state area. Neighbors whispered about her resilience, but they didn't see the late nights she spent poring over ledgers, voice silky on calls as she dismantled competitors. Business is survival, she'd say. While Alex, only 3 when Dad died, became her indulgence, a toy she spoiled rotten. His joyrides, his failed startups, the hush money for that mess at Columbia, she covered it all, whispering, blood looks after blood. Me? I was the investment. Expected to excel without complaint. A's were baseline, my NYU acceptance earned a curt nod. It's not Harvard, but it'll suffice. When I turned down her help for tuition loans she'd dangle like bait, I saw the first crack in her facade. Independence is overrated. Emily. You'll learn. 3 months earlier, Alex had shown up at my door, reeking of desperation and cologne. Sis. I screwed up big, he muttered, collapsing on my couch. Bad loans from shady investors. Debts piling up like snow in a blizzard. Victoria had cut him off, a red flag I should have heeded. Not cash, he pleaded, flashing his phone with property docs. Just co-sign this deal. Mom's got a buyer lined up. It's quick. Clean. I refused, the old scars throbbing. I'm done enabling. His face twisted, that boyish charm cracking to reveal something colder. Inherited. Fine. But when this blows up, remember you turned your back. Weeks later. Signs of intrusion. My desk slightly askew. Files shuffled. Paranoia, bred from years under her thumb, kicked in. I beefed up security. Stashed backups in a safe deposit box. Too late, as the detective's visit proved. Released on my own recognizance at dawn. I hired a lawyer with my emergency fund, Sarah Klein. Sharp as a tack. Suspension from Apex hit by noon. My boss avoiding eye contact as HR escorted me out. Back home, I pieced it together like a puzzle from hell. The missing external hard drive from my drawer, gone after Alex's friendly office visit last Friday. He'd brought bagels, chatted nostalgia while I worked. Logs on my seized laptop would show access at 4:17 a.m. Saturday. They'd planted the fraud files there, using my credentials to frame me. But why? Digging into public records revealed the rot. 4 parcels in Westchester transferred recently, all to opaque LLCs. One stood out, Greenwood Acres. 35 acres of woodland I'd inherited from Grandma at 21. Skipping Victoria entirely. She'd seethed then. You haven't the foggiest about land value. I'd clung to it, paying taxes, rebuffing her buyouts. Now, records showed I'd sold it to Summit Ventures for $420,000, signature forged, notary stamp fresh. The wire went to an account not mine. My phone rang, unknown. This is Linda from the notary on Main Street. I think I made a mistake. Her voice quivered. Victoria had brought papers, claimed I'd signed remotely. She's a client. I trusted her. Without me there? Silence. Then, she pressured me. Said it was urgent family stuff. I coaxed details, a witness. Older guy with a gavel lapel pin. He oversaw it all. Linda agreed to affidavit it for Sarah. Meanwhile, a leaked voicemail from Apex's system. Victoria to Alex. It's done. The drive has what we need. Stick to the script, she gave it to you for safekeeping. Pride goeth before the fall, she'll crack. The pieces fit, they'd used my paranoia against me. My offline backups as weapons. Grandma's bequest wasn't just land, it was a shield. Your mother's all about deals, she'd whispered on her deathbed. Hand frail in mine. But this is roots. Hold it till you see its true price. I'd honored that. Ignoring Victoria's escalating offers, $40,000 at first, up to $180,000 last year. Now, with Sarah's help, we uncovered the gold mine, a pending high-speed rail extension. Approved quietly by the state board where Victoria sat. Greenwood would skyrocket to $8 million with access rights. The other transfers? Feints. Hiding a bigger play, assembling adjacent lots for a mega-development worth $40 million. Victoria had insider info. Forged my name to grab it all. Sarah nodded over coffee. We need concrete links. Alex is the crack, I said. He texted, lunch at her club tomorrow? We talk. Trap. Obvious. But pain drove me years of silenced hurts. Betrayal swallowed like bitter pills. The metadata on the planted files screamed haste, created on software I lacked. Paths mismatched. They'd rushed after my refusal. Sloppiness uncharacteristic of her. Another voicemail. Alex sounding scripted. Stop digging. Evidence is ironclad. Plead guilty, it's easier. His tremble betrayed fear, not of me. Of her. Connection spiderwebbed. Apex's CFO was her old sorority sister, the notary. A Hayes Properties vendor. I documented it all. Timestamps. Chains fuel for the fire. At the Hudson Club. Overlooking the river. Victoria waited at a prime table. Alex fidgety beside her. The pin-wearing man, Judge Ellis. Who'd probated Dad's will years ago, completing the trio. Emily. Sit, she cooed. Air kissing. This mess is salvageable. I placed my phone openly. Recording. With forged deeds and planted files? Alex blanched. Ellis stiffened. Victoria's laugh tinkled. Paranoia suits you poorly. But I pressed, Alex. What did she promise? Half the rail windfall. He cracked. Whispering. 8 mil? She said 4. Chaos erupted, accusations flying. Ellis threatening suits. I revealed Linda's coming testimony. The metadata flaws. Victoria's mask slipped. You ungrateful wretch. I built this for us. No. For control. The FBI tip I'd filed anonymously that morning? Phase 3 of my own plan. Back at Sarah's. Linda wavered. Terrified. She'll ruin me. I played an old recording, Victoria sabotaging a rival broker, fabricate the liens, make him toxic. Linda's resolve hardened. Her full statement sealed the deal. But doubt gnawed. Was this her real scheme? Or bait? Deeper digs revealed the rail was smokescreen. The true prize was a biotech park rezoning. Her assembled parcels worth $60 million. Greenwood? Decoy to distract. Alex called. Frantic, she's raging. Meeting at her house, 8 p.m. I went. Wired up. Arriving early to scope. Cars piled in, Ellis. 2 fixers. Inside. Victoria behind her mahogany desk. Like a queen dethroned. Sign the plea, she demanded. Papers ready, confession burying me. Absolving them. I countered with questions. Drawing confessions, yes. I forged it all. For the family. Her eyes gleamed, almost proud. But my hidden cam captured it, the admissions. Alex's breakdown. Ellis's complicity. Doorbell, feds. Warrants in hand from my evidence drop. As they cuffed her. Victoria's gaze bored into me, calculating. Unbroken. You'll pay for this. Alex sobbed truths. Ellis lawyered up. Charges dropped against me by dawn. Her empire crumbled. Facing decades. I reclaimed Greenwood. Sold the others for restitution. Alex? Rehab. A fresh start, guilt's price. Freedom tasted bittersweet. Scars etched deep. But in the silence she'd enforced, I'd found my voice. And that, finally, was worth every shattered illusion.